What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and today we're actually going to talk about the DXY. For those of you who don't know the DXY, you can type it in your chart, DXY, go to US dollar currency index, right? Any of these, I would think, but I'm just going to use the top one because it's on top. I don't know. It's the measure of like the value of the dollar compared to the rest of the world currencies, basically. If the dollar is doing better, kind of like how the Bitcoin dominance chart is to the rest of crypto, this is the dominance chart of the dollar. So there are other dollars, there are other currencies that could be doing good as the dollar is doing good, but if this chart is going up, likely most currencies are going down compared to the dollar. That's not all of them, but most of them. Maybe all of them, but that's just kind of the idea. And being that the dollar is the global reserve currency that's not really arguable anymore. That's like a fact. Everyone says the dollar's dead. It's still the reserve currency, guys. I don't think the dollar's dead at all. I don't think it'll ever die. Maybe it'll get replaced as the world reserve currency, but it's still going to be around at least for the rest of my life. That's my opinion, at least. But what I really want to talk about is this idea. I've got an idea here, right? So looking at this, to me, bouncing off of this weekly, this is the weekly 123 MA, bouncing off this purple line like this, showing a bounce right at the 50 area on the 123 RSI. This is normally like indicative that you're going to see a stronger move to the upside. This is a really good area to find support, in my opinion. We can even draw a horizontal line here where we had a little bit of resistance. You can see we found support on this previous area. It's not super significant, but to a point it is. We hung out here for like a month, like with just like a flat high straight, and then when we broke it, it was off to the races. And I say off to the races, this thing doesn't climb up very fast, does it? But the idea is this. Here's the idea, right? If we're looking at this from top to bottom, looking at this as a fib range, with everything in mind that it kind of does look bullish. If this were to go to the 382, it might take a few weeks, might take 4 weeks, whatever. What if it goes to the 618? What if it goes all the way up to the 618? This is kind of the idea that I'm thinking about. What if it does this? Because there's a couple other things that line up with that. If we take the top of this like lower range here, which would be here, we go to the bottom, you can see that the 1414 lines up with the 1618 perfectly. Or the 618, I'm sorry. The 1618 on this chart lines up with this 0.69 perfectly. And it's very common, in my experience, to see the price when it goes and interacts with the 618 to go a little bit through it, at the most to the 0.69, and then maybe it closes up there, maybe it closes below it. Sometimes you do see further extensions, that's totally possible, but generally in my experience it's somewhere in between this range, if not directly off the 618, that you see this move come in. So what I'm getting at is this. Have we been here before? Yes, we have. How long did it take us to move up to the same area in price when we were down here at this current area in price? Let's go to the monthly to look at that. I think it puts it in a better perspective, right? I'm going to draw this fib on again. I just want to get rid of the lines. So we were at this price here on this month, okay? How long did it take us to get to the 618? Well, that was 1, 2, 3 months. 3 months that it took us to get up there. Could the dollar be moving up for 3 months and put the rest of risk-on assets like Bitcoin, stocks, other cryptos, whatever, put them on hold for growth for a quarter of a year? Is it possible? I think it is possible. What would be the first kind of sign would be, get above this 236, get above the 382. But again, this bounce off of the purple line, I don't think it's anything to be taken lightly. This bounce off of the long-term RSI right here off the 50, I don't think that's anything to be taken lightly either. And then furthermore to that, if we look back at the last time that we bounced off this purple line, we had a bounce right here. It was go time after that, right? Like we started going up here, whatever, but then we started moving sideways. We had our low. That literally marked the low, was this bounce off the purple line, and then we went up from there. And then we went up from there, right? So again, I kind of like this idea that if we were to take this fib from top to bottom, and we compare it to how long it took us last time to move up to the same area, it took us 3 months. Could it take longer than that? Could it take less time? Sure, it could take less time, but I do think we have some months of the dollar grinding upwards from here. And that's not encouraging for price growth in a lot of assets. And that's I don't know, that's kind of the thing I wanted to bring to the table and talk about. Is I do think that this is a low. This is like the current bottom at the moment. And for this range from the top to the bottom, we could see anything. If we were to see like a normal expected retracement, that would be between this yellow line here and technically between this white line here. But in my opinion, more likely this 618 would be kind of the thing to watch for. So I don't know. I don't really have anything else to say. That's kind of just an idea that I wanted to present you guys. For anybody that feels like it's go time, you need to hop on right now. Crypto's going to the moon. You know, a little reality check that maybe we're not there yet. Maybe we're not there yet. And that's not a bad thing, guys. That's a good thing. It gives us time to accumulate more. We are showing at the moment hidden bullish divergence on the monthly chart. We're showing hidden bullish divergence on the monthly chart. We got a lower low here in price, where the price here is, or lower low in the RSI, where the price here is actually a higher low. That is hidden bullish divergence. If the month in the next 2 days and 19 hours closes a little bit higher than it is now, we could be seeing a bounce off of this 50 area on the monthly RSI, which, you know, at a minimum would probably send us up. You know, last time we saw that we had a 2.5% growth. So maybe we see a 2.5% growth next month. But I really do think this weekly bounce off of the 123 MA is no joke. I think that we are going to see a move that takes us above these highs, and it might take time. It might take time. That's kind of the main point that I want to deliver home here. So if you guys like the video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to see more. I'm not trying to harsh anybody's mellow here. I'm trying to be real with what my opinion is. This could change very quickly. You know, if we get up here, we get up right here, we're forming this kind of like descending range, and we reject it, you know, my opinion would definitely change quickly. I would, before we took out this low, I would probably anticipate that we were going to do that. But we would need to show some bearishness first. And right now, I think that there's a lot of bullish things going on in this chart. The daily RSI is above the 50. We broke above it. We rejected it, bounced, and went above it, kind of like invalidating the significance of this rejection here. On the weekly time frame, we bounced right off of the oversold zone. You tend to get really strong moves with that. Pair that with the bounce off the 123 MA and the bounce off the 50 on the long term. On the 1 hour, I don't know. I don't really like the short term stuff on this. I don't know. That's, yeah, the daily and the weekly is kind of all I need, I guess. But yeah, that's it. That's really all I got to say. So if you guys like the video, again, please leave a thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. If not, it's okay. No big deal. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, and just be prepared, right? Be prepared for some stagnation. It's totally possible that that's what we're about to see. So yeah, take care.